This is a special edition of WeatherScope with an update on the latest storm affecting the Northeast.
Hey, good afternoon. Bill Keneally with you in the Weather Channel Forecast Center. Yes, we have passed this way before, and we have another humdinger on our hands for tonight into early on Wednesday for New York City, and probably lingering much of the daytime in Boston. Snow is in the forecast. Snow is flying now in New York as far up as southern Connecticut. Boston, that sunshine of earlier is gonzo, and you're not going to see it again until Thursday. Now, the sun by tomorrow may do a number on these four guys. These snowmen, courtesy of Jim Cantori. He was up in low, taking shape around the southeastern part of Virginia. We have an upper low back over central or west central Pennsylvania. Things are starting to couple together. Note in the last couple of hours, a little more blue showing up here in Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. These are actually taller cloud tops, colder cloud tops depicted in the blue and the orange shading. And basically everything is starting to stack up. The low at the surface is getting closer to the low at the upper levels. And as we're getting that vertical structure, we are looking for quite an intensification of low pressure tonight into tomorrow morning. Pressures are starting to fall off pretty good now from South Jersey all the way to about Nantucket. Now it looks like our track of low pressure is going to be a little farther to the west than we had thought yesterday. It looks like it'll pass just to the east of Nantucket, just east of Cape Cod. Yesterday the thinking was it might be a little more out like in this fashion, but because it's going to be a little closer to the shore, it may try to bring in a little bit of warmer air early tomorrow, so maybe the Cape Cod area will see more rain than snow. In any event, the interior, and we're talking just inland, is going to see snow and quite a bit of it. The whereabouts of snow now, well, up as far as about Madison, Connecticut, the New Haven area, all the way over to about the Bear Mountain Bridge north of the city. Snows are picking up in intensity. The big concern today will probably be the visibility in Philadelphia and New York. Not as much the problem as far as accumulating snow on the roadways, although snows are coming down quite a bit heavier now, anywhere from central Passaic County and northern Bergen County right down the Turnpike corridor. That is very heavy snow falling at this hour. Visibility roughly about a half a mile, so even though it may not be sticking on the roadways that much, at least on the Turnpike, watch for the snow on the grassy areas, and eventually the secondary roads will be affected. It's going to be a pretty good swath of snow, I suspect, north and west of Philly, over to just north of the city, maybe around the Palisades area, into southern Connecticut. Somebody here is going to get socked with upwards of 8 inches of snow overnight. Boston, Providence, don't feel left out. We've got a crew right about in here in Worcester. They'll be reporting starting at 5 o'clock. That'll be Jeff Morrow and the boys. They'll be telling us about the goings-on west of Beantown. Right now, the snow coming up the Palisades, getting up around the Tappan Zee Bridge, snowing all over the island. May have a little bit of a mix out here by Montauk and Shinnecock Hills, and also that's the case in extreme South Jersey. But basically, we're looking at snow in the Philadelphia, New York corridor. Some mix of rain and snow back into Baltimore and Washington. Now, there's still an upper-level low hanging back, and there's a lot of energy with this. Snows have gotten heavy in the past hour in Beckley, West Virginia, and also in Martinsburg, West Virginia. That just tells us as this energy reaches the coast, this system is going to feast on these relatively warm Gulf Stream waters and really blow up as it heads up to Cape Cod by midday on Wednesday. So New York's rush hour.
Only on the Weather Channel.
Long Island. We're going to see a big band of moisture moving on in here. Still cloudy weather for the Delmarva Peninsula, all rain there, but the heaviest precipitation right here to the north and west of the low, and that will be moving on up through southern New England. That's going to mean some pretty heavy snows in the next couple of hours. But here are heavier snows right around Atlantic City even right now, reporting moderate snow with visibilities down to a half of a mile. And through Baltimore and D.C., for the most part, this is rain, but there are some areas mixed in with more wet snow, like around Andrews Air Force Base. All right, a little bit further to the north and east we take you now.
And the New Jersey Turnpike. All right, here's the goings-on. We have an upper level low back in western PA, surface low developing now in the Virginia Capes, and these two are going to be more or less stacked up on top of each other coming up later on tonight, and that's going to really help to invigorate this storm. Then it's going to start churning its way up towards Boston and probably passing right over the elbow of Cape Cod by about midday tomorrow. You can note with our vertical structures some higher cloud tops now, just telling us about the intensification going on in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Virginia. These are higher, colder cloud tops, and correlating to that, some heavier snow falling beneath them in Martinsburg, West Virginia at this hour. Look at that snow all the way back to southeastern Michigan, down into Roanoke, had a snow shower last hour as well. That is a function of that upper level low. It is rather strong. The surface low is not that strong yet, but during the past hour, pressures are really starting to fall now on the Jersey Shore and out by Suffolk County and up around the Block Island area. And we use that as guidance. That usually tells us the area where the pressures are falling the greatest, indicative of the general track of our area of low pressure. Radar at this hour showing our snow coming on up, getting up around Buzzards Bay and getting over there by Narragansett Bay, crossing to about Middletown, Connecticut. Then we see the snow heading up to about the Bear Mountain Bridge in New York State and getting up into Sussex County, New Jersey. And we got a call out of Wantage Township in Sussex County, New Jersey, saying they've had about 111 inches of snow already this year, a couple more, and they're going to break the all-time record for the entire state of New Jersey. That is pretty impressive indeed. Still some pretty good snows, and unfortunately this snow is tracking pretty much southbound now, so I don't think we're going to get out of it in Baltimore and Washington anytime soon. And if this does continue beyond about 7:30 when the sunset time is, we're going to have to watch for some accumulating snow possibly north and west of Washington and on through Baltimore, and definitely in the Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Wilmington corridor. Now around New York City itself, that's going to be a major concern, I think. Temperatures have been helped out by the fact that there's still daylight. We have daylight till about 7:30 tonight. Thereafter, please watch out heading home, say on the New York State Thruway, or maybe heading out on Interstate 80, or heading down on the Jersey Turnpike, or on the LIE, or on the Merritt Parkway. You kind of get the picture. There's going to be some major problems, and there will be delays because of the visibility today, but then rapidly accumulating snow in this area overnight tonight. Could see really anywhere from, say, about 4 to 7 inches across the area. That seems like a pretty good bet. And by the way, New England, you're going to get it too. Hartford, don't be fooled. You had a good day today, highs in the upper 40s, snow of at least 6 inches tonight into tomorrow. By the way, the Weather Channel is a crew. I think we're going to go to them in about a half an hour. They're standing by in the Worcester and Boston area, where the temperatures are not too bad. 39, I believe they got that game in today at Fenway. Snow fell at Yankee Stadium, and also they're expecting more snow and rain mixed around the Camden Yards area in Baltimore tonight. That game is seriously in jeopardy. Look at the heat building in the Plain States, and they're going to share it with us. I know it's hard to comprehend, but it's coming on east, folks, so hang in there. Coming up by Thursday, we're thinking Philadelphia and New York could be flirting with 60 degrees. By the way, for the Masters, looks very good in Augusta, at least for the Open.
Bill is going to let you know in more detail how much snow this is going to mean for you at the top of the hour. He'll also show you some video of what's going on through southern PA. But where will the snow be? We'll show it to you on the map, mostly through the Appalachians and